What's up, everybody? So I want to do a quick little video and keep it super short and talk a little bit about mindset with it being 1/11/2023. And so we're 11 days into the new year. And I know myself, I started out super hyped up. I still am. I'm still crushing it, still doing 75 hard. But in terms of the market, in terms of trading, things already nothing's happening, right? Nothing's shaking loose. It's a not an ideal week, I guess you would say, in the market. It's kind of all over the place. So how do you keep your attitude up, your energy up when already 10 days in things aren't planning out and you're already like starting to lose momentum? And this is how it always happens, right? Ultimately, it's just a great lesson because what is it? Nothing ever goes the way it's planned. It never goes that way. So you wake up, you're like, all right, January 1st, let's get it. All right, I'm starting my diet. I'm starting my new trading plan. I'm starting an entrepreneur adventure, whatever it is. And then a couple days in, you're staying on top of your gym game or your new membership or whatever it is that you're doing. And but now hitting double digits, things aren't going as planned. Maybe your I don't know, your gas lights on in your truck or your car and you're running late. And then what happens? You start compulsively eating the same bullshit that you told yourself you weren't going to do. So all these old habits, they're just so ingrained in our minds. Maybe you're going back on your trading plan or over trading or over leveraging or whatever it is, not using a stop loss, whatever your habit is. I call them the usual suspects. They come creeping back in. The devil speaks to us in half truths, right? So like, oh, hey, it's a super stressed out day. You don't have much time. Like, you want to go ahead and get to bed early. Let's just order some Uber Eats. Whatever it is, whatever you're telling yourself, stay true to your plan, whatever it is. And if you didn't start out the year writing it down, go ahead, take the time now and write it down. Tomorrow can be day one, week one, month one. This morning when I woke up, I got out of bed, day 11, 75 hard. It's a super, I'm feeling pretty good. It's only 10 days in so far, double workouts. I've been on top of it. I've been crushing it, crushing my diet, already getting leaned out, but my body feeling a little sore. And, I just told myself that exact same thing when I woke up, just like, all right, dude, day one. All you got to do is crush the day. All you got to do is knock out your goals today. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. Most days aren't. Some days are, and those days are great. Some days everything just runs along smoothly, and you're in a flow state. But day 11 on the new year makes sense that you'd start hitting some roadblocks. So especially when it's not ideal market conditions, we had Jerome Powell on Tuesday, and then we have CPI data tomorrow, inflation data. So the market just in a holding pattern in between those two events, and nothing's really shake loose, nothing's trending. And that's just the way it goes. And recognizing that, hey, this is just the way it goes. It's not going to be perfect all the time, but this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. I know where it is that I want to go, and that's what I'm going to do, right? And then become identified with that person who gets the job done, follows through, is also in a good attitude about it, has a great positive outlook on life, and is hopeful and grateful and tapped in and does the best for him or herself, because what else are you going to do anyways? The other alternative is do the worst for yourself. You can be your own best friend or your own enemy. And when things aren't going the way you want them to go, that's the time that person's going to show up. That person being your own best friend or your own worst enemy, right? Is it going to be that one that's like, dude, I knew you couldn't do it. Go back. Hit some Chick-fil-A up or whatever it is. Or is it going to be that one like, no, man, have your meal, follow your meal plan, do it, follow through. You're going to feel so much better. And it's hard to remember how good the long-term payoff is going to be. And it's easy to talk ourselves into how good we think the short-term payoff's going to be. But you know how it is. The short-term payoff's never as good as we think it's going to be anyways. You ever order some food? I talk about the food a lot because I don't do drugs or alcohol anymore. So, so that's all I got, right? So I could talk myself into, ordering pizza or whatever it might be. and think it's going to taste super good, and then you like they deliver it and it's like a piece of cardboard and you're like, man, boy, do I feel let down. So expectations, especially when you're going back on your word to yourself, it's never as good as you think it's going to be anyway. So you're totally worth it. Your dreams are worth it. 2023 is worth it. And if you've fallen off the path, now is a good time to get back on the horse, because it doesn't matter. Nobody's keeping track, but you are. And you know, with that internal dialogue within yourself, where you're at. And so time to get honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with anybody else. So it's a day by day process. And the way that you reflect and carry yourself daily is going to transfer over to the markets, to your adventure, your freedom adventure. That's exactly why you're here, is because you want some sort of freedom for yourself, freedom for your family. And it's 100% doable. I know it from experience. I'm doing it every day, and we're helping people do it every day too. So that's it. If you fell off this week, you fell off today, don't worry about it. Assess yourself. Don't lie to yourself about it. But let's keep it going and keep this momentum, and just don't fall back into those bad habits just because things aren't shaking out the way you expected them. And that's the thing about expectations. One, people will never live up to them. And if they do, they're probably going to let you down. And two, expectations on yourself, you're never going to live up to them. That's just the way it is if you're anything like me. So let those go, replace that with gratitude, and replace those with the daily habits that instill the belief in you. Journaling, exercise, for me, yoga and meditation, and some sort of prayer life, waking up early, cutting out the TV. Turn off the damn TV. It's not doing anything good for you. The Netflix shows, that's just programming you to think a certain way. Take control of your mind and be the person that dictates what comes into your existence and what goes out of it. Because if it's being fed like, hey, I just want to sit back and chill, dude, I know it, it's Netflix, but like there's subliminal messaging and all that stuff. And you have to be, until you become aware of it, until you really wake up from it. And then once you separate yourself from that for a while, and then you go back and look at it, you're like, holy shit, man, this stuff is everywhere. So just keep that in mind. You're worth it, and your life is short. It's so short, we don't even know how long it's going to be, right? So take that into consideration, and there's an expiration date whenever that is. So do your best to live every single day with full on effort, and then that's how your dreams are going to start to actualize if you really just focus on this one. So thanks for listening. Hopefully that helped some of y'all out there. 2023, it's on. I'm going after it. I want you to go after it too. Let's do it together. And thanks for watching this video.